Oh my god. It's chasing me! Get away! Oh my god, get away! Oh, thank god it stopped. Ah!
All of these shitty remakes, is there a single gem? They did it right already. Kill the candle to them. Which any of we watching was personality. One thing's for sure, good people, we got some movies to see. We got boots to replay. Stop ready to stop that shit. We got boots to replay. Stop ready to stop that shit.
Hello and welcome to Boots to Reboots. Today we're looking at 2012's Silent Night, which is a remake of the 1984 cult film Silent Night, Deadly Night. The original was one of the most controversial slasher films to be released in the 1980s. The release was picketed by angry parents who weren't happy to see Santa Claus depicted as an axe murderer because they thought it would ruin Santa for children.
Yeah, because children don't find Santa terrifying at all.
Television ads were pulled off networks due to the protests, and the film was removed from theaters a week after release. An interesting note is that Silent Night, Deadly Night actually came out on the same day as A Nightmare on Elm Street and beat it at the box office before it was pulled. The film made enough of a profit to make Part 2 in 1987 starring Eric Freeman as Ricky, the Billy character's disturbed little brother.
I need to ask you something. Shoot. It's your dime. It's my dime. Who killed your parents?
You really want to know?
Who, Ricky? Who did it?
Santa Claus.
Freeman gave one of the worst performances ever, but one scene from the sequel was so bad, it will live on forever.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
What the heck was that?
Horror legend Bill Moseley replaced Freeman as Ricky in Part 3, but he has this hilarious device on his head the entire movie. Part 4 replaced the evil Santa with a cult, and Part 5 featured an evil toy maker. In 2012, Stephen C. Miller directed a loose remake starring Jamie King and Malcolm McDowell. Is it any good? Well, it can't be much worse. Silent Night, Deadly Night is the story of Billy, who is excited for Santa and Christmas.
What if we don't get home by my bedtime?
Ugh, he's so cute it makes me sick.
On Christmas Eve 1971, Billy and his family visit their catatonic grandfather at the Utah mental facility. However, I have a feeling Grandpa just hates his family. Billy is left alone with Grandpa and is traumatized for life.
Scared, ain't you? You should be. Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year. You know what happens Christmas Eve, don't you? Santa Claus only brings presents to them that's been good all year. What about you, boy? You been good all year?
This is why Billy hasn't been a good boy. Number 1. Billy killed the neighbor's cat. Number 2. Billy has porn stashed in his treehouse. And finally, Billy smokes cigarettes. So now little Billy is afraid Santa will punish him for being naughty. Meanwhile, a gas station clerk is robbed and killed by a guy dressed as Santa.
$31. Merry fucking Christmas.
As fate would have it, little Billy's family comes across the robber stranded on the side of the road. Billy begs them not to stop, but his fear becomes reality when the mugger shoots Billy's father. Billy then runs for his fucking life and watches as his mother is violated and then gets her throat cut.
Why is there a choir out in the middle of the woods?
The film jumps ahead 3 years, and Billy, his sweet mullet, and brother Ricky are at St. Mary's Home for Orphaned Children.
Young man, you go find Mother Superior and you show her what you've done.
The line work is amazing. We meet the sweet, caring Sister Margaret and the wicked Mother Superior, who bans Billy to his room for his naughty drawing. While Billy gets ready to go outside, he hears some older kids having sex and he has booby flashbacks to his mother dying. Mother Superior catches them and punishes Billy for leaving his room. This behavior continues. Billy freaks out and is punished by Mother Superior. Being naughty and punishment is the main theme of this movie. It finally appears that Billy is behaving. That is, until Mother Superior orders Billy to sit on Santa's lap. Or else.
What the hell's wrong with that kid?
Billy then flees to his room and panics while awaiting his punishment.
Don't punish me. Please.
We then jump ahead another 10 years and Sister Margaret gets Billy a job as a stock boy at a toy store. 'Cause Christmas movie. We then get a montage that just screams the 80s.
I'm looking for the warm side of the door.
Don't look on and nod in approval. Don't look on and nod in approval. Ah, son of a bitch.
Billy has a crush on his coworker Pamela and seems to be hitting it off at the new job. Until Christmas season arrives. Shit hits the fan when Billy is forced to play Santa Claus.
I don't bring toys to naughty children. I punish them severely.
During the Christmas party, Billy witnesses Pamela get assaulted by another coworker with helmet hair, causing Billy to finally snap. The second half of the movie is Billy's killing spree where he punishes those who are naughty.
Punishment is necessary, Pamela. It is good.
Nice
Don't say it. Don't.
Nice rack.
You think that's bad? All these adorable children make me want to vomit.
You haven't done anything naughty.
No, Santa Claus.
Nearby, some bullies steal some sleds, which is very naughty. He went so fast his head fell off! Ah! Sister Margaret then realizes that Billy will target Mother Superior. They try calling the orphanage, but there's no answer. Who the hell was she even talking to?
Definitely not her parents.
Officer Barnes arrives first and shoots Santa in front of an excited Ricky. Turns out he accidentally killed Father O'Brien, who is old and deaf. Eventually, Billy does show up, kills Barnes, and is let into the orphanage to get revenge. Billy dies in front of Ricky, and the film ends with a very lame setup for a sequel.
Naughty.
Overall, I don't hate it, but it's definitely not my favorite slasher film, nor my favorite story with an evil Santa. I think I know why I don't love it. Look at that awesome poster. You think it's going to be a film about an evil Santa or a serial killer. Instead, we follow some traumatized baby-faced teenager around for 40 minutes before he puts on the Santa suit. I like my villains with some mystery, but we know Billy's entire life story. He's our antagonist and protagonist, so there's no one to really relate to. In the end, Silent Night, Deadly Night is probably more known for the controversy it caused rather than the actual film. The remake, however...
Andy, I have to go to the bathroom.
Use the bucket I gave you.
But it's full.
Dr. Oddcoitus, I'm in the middle of my Christmas review.
It really can't wait.
Fine. It's probably all those moldy bagels I've been feeding him. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Andy? Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas, Dr. Adcoitus.
Maybe for the holidays I could speak to my family?
I missed 10 Christmases while I was at the mental hospital. My parents died while I was under your care. Get cozy, doctor.
No, really, I got you a blanket.
Like I mentioned, this is a loose remake, so the story is very different. Instead of Billy, our main character is Aubrey Bradamore, who is a female police officer in Cryer, Wisconsin. No one wants to work on Christmas, so she gets called in. It's a tough day for her because it's her first Christmas without John, her husband. We meet her father, who is the main reason for her getting into the police force. She wants to make him proud, but lacks confidence and questions if she has what it takes throughout the film.
This isn't the first time a Bradamore had to bring down a bad Santa. You'll find him. You'll catch him.
The rest of the movie follows Aubrey and the police force as they hunt down this mysterious killer that's come to town. Her skills will be tested, and she'll find out if she really is cut out to be a police officer. Malcolm McDowell plays Sheriff Cooper.
Meow.
I thought he was pretty funny in this role because his dialogue is very over the top and egotistical, but he delivers it so seriously.
I'm on his tail now. There's nowhere safe.
His character really does believe that he's some old badass that always gets his man.
Carson's here. Close. I can smell it. The smell of fear.
Next, we meet the mayor, whose mind is focused on voters, the guest at his dinner party, and the construction of a new road built on protected lands. We're also introduced to his slutty daughter Tiffany and her boyfriend.
I'm ready when you are, killer.
I wonder who's going to die.
Aubrey then stops off at the church, which has seen busier days, and she encounters Reverend Madeley.
If there's anything I can do to ease your pain.
Oh.
Anything at all.
Okay. Getting a real rapey vibe from you, Reverend.
I wonder why nobody goes there.
We then meet one of our suspects named Jim Epstein, played by Donald Logue. He plays a bad Santa that makes kids cry, and he is very rude to Aubrey.
So how come you're not at home tonight by the fire with your hubby baking cookies?
What did you just say?
Donald Logue is a solid actor, and he delivers a very Charles Manson-esque monologue while locked up.
Where's my stocking full of gifts? Where's my Calvin Klein underwear, my cable TV, my replica Tim Tebow NFL jersey? Where's my fancy cologne? Where's my gift-wrapped Norman Rockwell wife? Huh? And my beautiful, happy, smiling children? Who the fuck do you think it is I am, Charles Manson?
Oh, I guess he was channeling Charles Manson. Huh. Santa's first victim is a cop tied up to a Christmas light electric chair. He's been sleeping with a married woman and thinks Santa's the husband. Nope, turns out it's just some crazy guy punishing naughty people.
Think Jigsaw, but more festive.
Aubrey then finds the unfaithful wife hacked to bits. We then meet probably the meanest little girl in history.
Doing, honey? Those are Mommy's heart pills. I need those.
You need to take me to the mall.
But I thought we'd go to church tonight.
Fuck church. I want my new LV today. Go get your purse and meet me in the car.
The naughty levels are off the charts.
At a motel, a guy shoots some photos for his softcore porn site. Santa thinks porn is very naughty, so he shows up and unleashes hell! Santa chases the nude model into a Christmas tree farm, hacks her leg off, and throws her into a wood chipper.
I can't watch this.
It's beautiful.
Our next victim is the pervy reverend who goes into an over-the-top sermon about the evils of Christmas.
Who is the murderess that takes his life?
Phil Hartman's wife.
Who is the sorceress that first deceives and then damns his soul?
Angelina Jolie?
Who is it that brings old men, gray hair with sorrow to the grave?
Kris Jenner.
Sin!
Oh. Well, Santa isn't feeling what he's preaching, so he's punished as well. Santa then heads to the mayor's house where he strangles him with some lights.
Hello? Bloody cell phones.
Santa then breaks into the guest house and impales Tiffany on some antlers, similar to the original. Her boyfriend then gets his head viciously split in half. On his way out, Santa gives the little sister a bloody present, also taken from the original. During the big finale, Santa busts out his ho-ho-ho brass knuckles and his fucking flamethrower to take out the police department.
Wait a minute, wouldn't it say O-O-O on his face?
Overall, the death scenes are brutal and creative, with a little bit of humor mixed in. So who the hell is this killer Santa that goes town to town punishing the naughty? While Aubrey questions drug dealer Stein Carson, he reveals our killer's backstory. Years ago, Ronald Jones crashed a Christmas party that his ex-wife was attending armed with a homemade flamethrower. His ex-wife's lover took off, but he roasted her to death. The crazy thing is that this is actually based on a real story known as the Covina Massacre, where a husband crashed his ex-wife's Christmas party and killed a bunch of people with a flamethrower and a gun. Look it up sometime. Ugh.
A bunch of psychos out there.
During the climax, Aubrey fights Santa axe versus axe and turns his flamethrower on him. But this is a slasher movie, so our killer isn't really dead. We see an RJ chimney carrier truck and a burned man inside. Through a flashback, we see that the killer is Ronald Jones Jr., who was in the back of the truck while his father went on his killing spree. The officer who gunned down his father was Officer Bradamore, who was Aubrey's father. So, like the original, the killer witnessed a traumatizing act on Christmas as a child. In a lot of ways, it's what I wanted the original film to be. We have a solid main character that we can relate to. The killer is more mysterious, and the reveal and backstory is interesting. It's a fun slasher movie with brutal death scenes, and it keeps you guessing until the end. The directing, acting, and cinematography is a lot better than the original. It'll never win an Oscar, but it's an improvement, and probably the best in the series. The remake created a new story, mixed in a real-life tragedy, but also sprinkled in homages to the original series, like the catatonic grandpa, the antler death, and a Garbage Day reference.
What is this? Garbage Day?
Garbage Day!
My only complaint is that there isn't any snow, and if you look closely, it kinda looks like the film was shot in the spring.
There should be a ton of snow on the ground this time of year.
What? Oh yeah. Global warming. Oh. But does it deserve the boot? No. In fact, I would probably recommend it to those who are looking for a fun horror movie to watch during the holidays.
Andy, I got you something for Christmas.
Aw, good Andy, you didn't have to get me anything.
I even wrapped it myself.
I see that, yeah. Oh. Oh wow, I can't wait to watch all of these. Thanks, good Andy. Which reminds me, I actually got you a gift as well.
No way! A real Christmas present just for me? It's a dinosaur! He's perfect, Andy. I think I'll name him... Rex.
Do I get a gift?
This has been Boots to Reboots. Happy holidays.
What? Hey! What? Cut the music! Did I get anything? Why don't I get a present? Why are you ignoring me?
Santa knows if you've been bad.
Bah, humbug.